What does skating mean? It means nothing. It means everything. It's all at the same time. It's like, what is life? For me, skateboarding has just kind of been that constant.
Martin Ramos, the owner of Kona Skate Park, has a unique outlook on the skateboarding scene.
And it's like each of these micro communities have their own vibe and their own little scene and their own little, sets of values and wishes and wants. And so it makes it unique because no two little scenes are the same. And so it's kind of cool when you have the opportunities where everyone gets together, like for a big event somewhere or something like that, to see all the different groups come together. And I think it makes Jacksonville unique. There's not too many cities that have as much of these little satellite scenes going on.
Willy Beeman describes the changes in the Jacksonville skating scene.
I think it's kind of branched out a lot into more of backyard and DIY sessions rather than going to the parks and whatnot.
Willy Beeman is a Jacksonville native who's been skating all his life and is big in the DIY skate scene.
Skaters like to kind of party when they skate, and you can't really do that as much in the streets or in the skate parks. We haven't had the best image in the public, and I guess safety might be another thing too that they're worried about, and having good insurance at their place, or if just somebody gets hurt and they're scared somebody's going to sue them.
This is the case not only in Jacksonville, but across the world. Youssef Abboad is a longtime skateboarder in Brussels, Belgium, and he's made it his life goal to change the view of skateboarders in the public eye.
But the thing, it was like back in the days, it was an indoor skate park in Brussels, but it closed in 2005.
Youssef was able to, with the help of his friends, purchase warehouse space and create an indoor skate park that focuses on the DIY aspect in order to bring skateboarding closer to the people and to give a creative outlet for those in his town.
So from that, there was no place to skate in indoor, and the weather in Brussels, in Belgium actually, it's pretty rainy and cold. We have only 3 more from the air is sunny. So I was thinking we have to find a place to build one.
While Floridians are not exempt from notorious weather conditions, you would think that Jacksonville would be a great place for an indoor skate park with such a thriving scene.
Well, we growing up skateboarding, we always built ramps and stuff, but it was out of wood, and living in Florida with it, as much as it rains in the summer, the wood would only last a couple of years, so you would have to tear it apart and rebuild it and tear it down and rebuild it, constantly working on it.
Living in a city as large as Jacksonville, skaters are forced to get creative if they want to have new stuff to skate.
It would be great if a indoor public park or indoor private park opened up somewhere. There's a lot of rain.
We asked Martin about his view on DIY parks.
What's interesting about DIY is you'll build this new spot and it's awesome, for about a month. But then you want something new. It's like skateboarders are insatiable. It doesn't matter how good or great this one new thing is. After it's there for a while, man, you're always looking for something new or something different or something more challenging.
It makes sense. No matter how good the park or the spot, you grow old of skating the same thing all the time. So yeah, Martin's right on the money with that. But since there's an alleged stigma placed upon skateboarders, it's hard to go about establishing a new spot in a completely legal manner. I actually brought this up to Willy.
And I think I heard a little bit about that. I think I read an article and it was like there was plans for one by the Brooklyn Dog Park and different areas.
Yeah, there has been plans or talk about a couple different ones.
But no actual.
And that might be just because nobody's actually trying to pursue it or trying to do it. Nobody really wants to go through the red tape of going through the government and doing it or trying to get permits. You just kind of build until you get kicked out or whatever.
When I asked Youssef about a specific time he had encountered the local government in order to gain their help, this is what he told me.
He said, yes, we can meet, but I have nothing for you. That's what he said. So I said, okay, if you have nothing to us, why should I go talk with you?
Not all officials are willing to take the time out and really see what it is that skateboarding can do for a community.
Well, I'm sure donating some land to have, some DIYs, even if they just donate the land and let us build it, I think that would help out a lot too. And it doesn't even have to be a big piece of land. It could be small ones that are just around different parts of the area, because a lot of young skaters don't have cars or don't have ways around, so if you could let them build something close to where they live, then they could, have their own little scene going on there.
I asked Martin what he wished non-skateboarders knew about skateboarding.
Nothing. If you're not in the skate scene, it's pretty protective. So it's like, what do you want to know about skateboarding? I don't know, show up and come try it out, I think is the biggest thing. What I will say is that, skateboarding community is just so unique and so vibrant and so creative and so passionate that anyone that doesn't understand or know about it, it's worth checking out.
No matter where in the skate scene you hope to end up, it is clear that skating goes well beyond that of just getting on a skateboard. For those that are interested in starting their own DIY scene, here's some advice from some seasoned veterans.
Don't wait till someone do something for you. Do it by yourself. Prove to the people you can do something.
Start collecting material for fillers. It takes a lot of material and stuff to fill in this stuff, so just be on the lookout on the side of the road for center blocks or rocks and rubble and stuff that you can fill in, and just find a space where you're not going to get kicked out. Maybe if you can find a hidden slab of concrete in the woods or somewhere that's not seen by the public so easily, then it might last a lot longer.
It seems that the DIY scene in Jacksonville still continues to blossom despite the problems that skaters face on an everyday basis. So whether you're a local in Jacksonville or somewhere else in the world, take heart in the fact that the DIY scene can prevail all over the world as long as skateboarders come together in order to create the community that they truly want.
This podcast was produced by AfterImage Documentary on the UNF campus in fall of 2018. It was hosted by Dierksen and TJ Murphy. We'd like to thank Martin Ramos, Willy Beeman, Youssef Abboad, and Jillian Smith for their contributions.